Hello, ladies and gents. Episode 134?
134
of the Shadow Kvlt podcast is here. And it's the four-man gang as always. Myself, Ricky, Scott, and James. And it's an afternoon episode because, well, tonight's Elimination Chamber hailing from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, eh? And I swear I did not remember this fact until looking up the stats for this show we're talking about. But it's ironic. The show we're talking about took place 20 years ago in Montreal. I did not put the dots together until this morning.
And where's the Elimination Chamber going to be tonight?
Someplace in Canada.
Vancouver.
Montreal, Canada,
Quebec, yeah. Oh,
stupid hosers.
That's right, dear man.
Yeah, I am from,
and our girding and our maple syrup.
Yeah, you need a beer and a donuts, and maybe get some Tim Hortons, eh?
Hey, hello, my name is Guillermo LaCroix, and I am here from Quebec, and I'm just trying to sell some maple syrup, eh? I'm a little uncomfortable with this one above me.
Thanks for having me, buddy. Can I finish? Is that okay? Okay, I finished.
I'm not your buddy, guy. I'm not your guy, friend. I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your buddy, guy.
Anyways, now that we got all the Canada jokes out of our system.
Oh, no, we have not.
Hey,
okay.
Hey, Scott, how did they name Canada?
Oh, it was very simple how they named Canada. They just pulled letters out of a hat. C-A-N-A-D-A. And that's how we got the name. You're welcome.
Which again prompts me to ask the question. I'll ask the chat right now. Is smoking potted and masturbating considered weed whacking?
Only if you do it at the same time.
Anyway, what's this episode about?
So, for this episode... yes, it's an episode about...
Canada.
Oh, how I hate this place. Oh, Canada, I'll kick Hulk Hogan right in the face. No, we're talking WWE No Way Out 2003.
We love Canada. Don't be hating.
Yeah, we love Canada.
Our silent partners to the north. We love them so much. Yes.
But, we're talking No Way Out 2003. Figured since last month we talked Rumble 03, felt natural to talk about this show, and of course we're going to talk Mania 19 next month. Now, as far as No Way Out 2003 as a whole, well, I warned these three, and I'm going to warn you guys in the chat, if I start to sound like a broken record, you'll know why. So there we go. Yeah. I'm just going to leave it at that. But the stats for No Way Out 2003 had an attendance of 15,100, which was lower than 2002, but not by much. And it was the third highest attended pay-per-view of the year, with WrestleMania 19 as the highest. Live gate of $595,089.
Was that American or Canadian dollars?
Good question. It didn't say. But lower than 2002, and was the sixth highest live gate of the year, with WrestleMania 19 as the highest. Pay-per-view buys, 446,000. Again, lower than 2002, but was the fifth highest of the year, with Royal Rumble as the highest. So business, while lower than 2002, still solid numbers across the board.
Especially since we got into the brand split, the numbers were going down at first and then starting to come back up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe this is the first pay-per-view in Canada since Survivor Series 97.
No, the first pay-per-view in Montreal since
Montreal.
Survivor Series.
Oh, yeah.
Because Canada was WrestleMania 18, and then they did a couple of pay-per-views in Canada.
Bottom 98 in Vancouver.
Right.
So.
But yeah, the first Montreal pay-per-view since the screw job.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, didn't have to get a reference for it on the show, too.
I was gonna say, error on the crowd. You screw Brad. You screw Brad. You screw Brad.
And then he made a T-shirt years later. Yeah, I did. made money. And then years later, he claimed it was all a work.
Right. It's like, come on, Earl.
Fucking Earl.
I did not envy Earl Hebner on this night.
All right, but we got 8 matches, and we kick things off with a one-on-one match between Jeff Hardy and Chris Jericho. So, Jeff Hardy heading into this show, going through a weird month where they tried him being
Weird
heel.
month? Yeah, like...
I don't know what
this was him near the end.
Yeah, this was, I think, his last pay-per-view match he had before he was gone in April.
And wasn't this supposed to be Jericho and somebody else?
I think it was supposed to be Jericho and Test initially.
Okay.
And then it changed.
It did change. All right.
Yeah, but yeah, like Jeff Hardy heading into this show, most of January was very weird for him, just because they tried him being heel, attacking like RVD and Shawn and a few other baby faces, and then out of nowhere turn him babyface again by helping to save Trish. And again, trying to put them together as a couple, and it never worked because it just kept getting cut. It just kept getting cut. It was like anytime they tried to do a Trish Jeff Hardy fling, the rug got pulled out every single time because of circumstance.
That and their chemistry was never great.
Nah.
There's that.
But I digress with that. But meanwhile, Jericho began the month before at Royal Rumble starting up the feud with Shawn, which Shawn would play a factor at the end of this match. But for an opener, it was a pretty good match between the two. I can't think of a bad Jeff Hardy-Jericho one-on-one match, even though they didn't happen often. They were good matches.
Yeah. Good chemistry.
And I really loved the finish here to this one. This was probably one of my favorite finishes of the entire show. As Jeff's about to go for a top rope Hurricane Rana, Jericho counters into a powerbomb and into the walls of Jericho. And there you have it. Chris Jericho defeated Jeff Hardy by submission in 12 minutes, 59 seconds. Post-match, Shawn shows up because they had the stipulation he couldn't interfere during the match. But once the bell rang, he's like, okay, I want to kick Jericho's ass. And then Christian getting involved and whole schmaz. Good build-up towards WrestleMania between Shawn and Chris. But now moving on to match number 2, the first of 3 championship matches, only 3 title matches on this show, for the World Tag Team Championships, aka the Raw Tag Team Championships. Champions, the Un-Americans, essentially, William Regal and Lance Storm, versus challengers Kane and Rob Van Dam. Now, of course, yeah, the whole RVD-Kane pairing was being teased back as far as, like, late November, early December, and then pretty much came together at the end of 2002, heading into 03, and even the goofy interaction between the two at the Royal Rumble where Kane eliminates RVD and was like, I had to do it, sorry.
Every man for himself.
And now they're officially a team, and honestly, this was a team I wish could have gone on a little bit longer, because I thought this was one of Kane's more underrated tag pairings.
Dude, you could do a top 10 of all of Kane's tag team partners.
Yeah,
really could.
Because he had any.
Yeah.
X-Pac, Mankind,
Big
Undertaker,
Show,
Al Snow,
Bryan.
Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot. But yeah, this match, it was a solid match between the two, for sure.
And
Except
another...
for what happens during the match.
And another near the end of the run, because this was it for Regal for a while.
Because he got concussed in this match. He took that slam, landed around the back of his head, and he was out. He was out. There's a point where Kane tries to pick him up, and he's not moving. So Kane, like, cover 1-2, pick him up, back him in the corner. Lance tags in, like, oh shit, he got knocked out there. So, and he finished the fucking match. He got back. Somehow he got back in there, took a flip bump back into the ring, all that stuff, and finishes the match. But he was out. And
that won't be the first time you're going to hear us say someone finishing a match. We'll get to the big one later on.
Later on, yeah.
But yeah, solid match between the two. In the end, William Regal and Lance Storm defeated Kane and Rob Van Dam in 9 minutes 20 seconds, and that's going to be another theme. A lot of these matches were fairly short on this show too,
which is fine. It makes it easy watches.
Yeah, Now moving on to match number 3, the second of 3 championship matches, this time for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Champion Billy Kidman versus challenger Matt Hardy with Shannon Moore.
I love the build-up. I love the build-up to this.
Yeah,
where Matt Hardy's trying to drop weight to make the Cruiserweight division.
Mm-hmm. That was some of the most entertaining shit Matt Hardy ever did back in that time frame, because it was like, you could definitely see, like, Matt... And this kind of gets into the bigger point about the Hardys in general. It's like, of course, when we think the Hardy Boys as singles, we always think of Jeff, because he was the one that got the spotlight. But Matt, to his credit, tried different things to stand out more compared to Jeff. Like here, doing the V1 Matt Fax stuff, which, oh my god, the Matt Fax
He hates
brilliant.
mustard.
Hates mustard.
And he's annoyed by snow and ice on this show.
Yeah.
And all the fucking skits they would do, like, of course, the weight drop. And the payoff. You're 225. I can challenge for the Cruiserweight title! Like, that was some cool shit.
And I love how they changed the weight with the Cruiserweight title, because sometimes it was 215 or 220, but now it's 225.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. But overall, this was a solid match between the two.
Mm-hmm.
But another fucking cool finish. Another really cool finish. Shannon Moore as well. They're on the top rope. Kidman knocks Matt down to go for the shooting star. Shannon grabs Kidman by the foot, pulls him down. Matt back up. Twist of fate from the fucking top rope.
Mm-hmm.
And 1, 2, 3. Matt Hardy defeats Billy Kidman in 9 minutes 31 seconds to become Cruiserweight Champion.
Woo!
Yay!
Viwana!
Yeah. But now to the final match of the first half of the pay-per-view, and one of the big matches, no pun intended, of the entire show. Big Show with Paul Heyman versus The Undertaker. Of course, this goes back to the SmackDown after No Mercy 02, when the Hell in a Cell with Taker and Brock happened, Taker putting Brock over, and then Big Show shows up and throws Taker off the stage, and writes Taker off for a few months, and then Taker back at the Rumble, restarts the feud with Big Show, and just saying, just shut up and fight. And kind of a weird build, like the whole like wooden crates of presents. Like,
it was hilarious.
It was hilarious, but it was very weird.
We got Brother Love coming back.
Yeah,
it's like if you remembered from back in the day, it's like, oh my god, remember when those two were together?
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
But the dog puts it over. The dog puts it over.
And Chris Canyon singing.
Do you really want to hurt me? Yes.
And then it's like this was the introduction of Brian Kendrick on TV.
Oh yes.
He was
really sorry. Really sorry.
Yeah. But
ching 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 ching.
But the match itself, broken record, it was solid.
This should have been the Mania match. I'm sorry.
It really should have.
It's like, I hate to be a spoiler about it, but it's like, you could have done Undertaker and A-Train at this show and done Undertaker and Big Show at Mania.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And it would have been way better.
That would have made sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, yeah,
Nathan
this
Jones,
match...
man. It was all about Nathan Jones.
The Colossus of Bago Road.
God damn it. Don't remind me of a Nathan Jones.
Hey, Terry Funk, what's your favorite Nathan Jones match?
Who the hell is Nathan Jones? I don't know who that is. Does he make hot dogs? I love those things, but I never heard of Nathan Jones in my life. God damn. Jackass.
At least, thank God he never became the champion like Jinder fucking Mahal.
We're back to this again.
Speaking of broken record. Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal.
No. Jinder fucking Mahal. Jinder fucking Mahal.
Jinder fucking Mahal.
It's one of those dolls where you pull the string.
Yeah, he's Woody. He's Woody, except he says Jinder fucking Mahal.
Jinder fucking Mahal.
Anyways.
But yeah, like this match, solid.
If you play a corn song backwards, you know what you hear? Jinder fucking Mahal. Jinder fucking Mahal. Jinder fucking Mahal.
But yeah, this match, solid. Granted, like James said, this should have been the Mania match, and had it happened at Mania, I think it would have been a better match if it was on a bigger stage. But
this is also, Taker's upping his submission game.
Yep, because the finish here.
He's got the sleeper hole or the dragon sleeper. What the fuck did he call it?
Triangle choke.
No, that was the finish, but
the dragon sleeper. I think it was just the dragon sleeper.
There was a name for it. Fuck.
Because it's not Hell's Gate.
Nope, that
comes later.
That's the Gogoplata triangle hold, which he wins with. But there was another name for that fucking thing. I can't remember what it was. It had 3 words to it. I can't remember. Sorry.
Google.
Senior moment.
Quick.
But it was the triangle choke,
taking care of business. Taking care of business. That's what it was called.
And Boss just said it right after you did. So
thank you, Boss.
But yeah, it wouldn't be the Hell's Gate we would come to know, because like he just did a traditional triangle in here. But yeah, and that was the finish. Yeah, Taker going submissions on a big guy like the Big Show. Triangle choke for the win as Undertaker defeated Big Show in 14 minutes, 8 seconds. This was the longest match of the show, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But now we begin pretty much the second half with big matches, bigger than Taker Big Show.
Even bigger.
Yes. Girthy, too.
Big, long, and girthy.
I had to bring that reference up. If only our pal Riley was in the chat, he would be cracking up like
big,
that
girthy
reference.
And meaty.
This is a girthy burrito.
Minecraft together and all. It was a girthy burrito. Did you just say girthy?
And he was like, I've never heard girthy. More diamonds! They're girthy too!
That was that too.
Yeah. I miss that guy.
Such good shit.
But I digest.
Yeah. But now we begin...
salty.
But we now start the second half of the show.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
But anyways, now we begin the second half of the show.
Diet Mountain Dew. Gotta be done with those pre-show.
Jesus
Bitch
Christ.
Black.
Anyways, match number 5.
Sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh, God. Funny enough, actually,
fruity, delicious, fruity. Oh my God, they're Skittles.
I have a pitch black Mountain Dew with myself right now.
That's such good shit.
You boys a bit bored? Step into it.
Anyways, match number 5.
Need a little excitement? Snap into a Slim Jim.
Oh yeah.
Dig it. Go ahead, sorry.
Next match,
please. Focus.
We broke it at him.
Busted his anus. Anyway.
My hole.
Doctor Strange, if you're out there somewhere, can you please send these 3 to the Shadow Realm? Anyways. Whatever. Match number 5. So, match number 5, we get a 3-on-2 handicap tag team match. Team Angle of Kurt Angle, Charlie Haas, Shelton Benjamin with Paul Heyman versus Brock Lesnar, Chris Benoit. Now, this is an example. I brought it up briefly when we were doing the Roman rebooking episode last week of how there have been times as fans where we have been hurt by something. This is one of those cases of a bait and switch being hurtful. It's like, damn.
It's as bait and switch as Survivor Series 99. Because they knew Edge couldn't compete.
Yeah. So, yeah, because originally it was set to be Brock, Benoit, and Edge against Team Angle, but they wrote Edge off on the show with being attacked by Team Angle and having to be taken to the hospital. Which, remind me, how did Edge break his neck?
It was during the no-holds-barred match with Eddie Guerrero on SmackDown when he took a back bump onto a ladder and he heard a crack. And it's like,
that's right, I forgot.
And then it was like at the start of 03, he started feeling numbness in his fingers, and it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we get a 3-on-2 match, and honestly, for a handicap match, this was a very good match between these two teams.
Yeah.
One of the better handicap matches you'll really ever see.
I mean, I'll just say it now, best match of the night.
Yeah, I think we are all in agreement on that.
But this
not
match,
really. Not my favorite. We'll get to that. In a
but
minute.
this match also had a. Speaking of neck injuries,
Yeah, so we get the spot, so we get the moment this match is famous for, or infamous for, however you want to word it. Angle's got Brock in the sleeper. Brock runs into the corner once, but Kurt still got in, down on the ground. Brock gets up again, goes at full speed into the other corner, and you just see Angle's neck go. The whiplash effect. And there's where Kurt broke his neck the first time in WWE. Now, watching the match, you wouldn't have known unless we told you that Angle broke his neck, because the rest of the match, he was no selling it and was going through it smooth.
Adrenaline is a hell of a drug.
Oh, yeah.
Something Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, so not like what happened with Regal with the concussion earlier tonight, where he was legit knocked down and eventually came to. Yeah, like Kurt, you wouldn't even known he was suffering from a neck problem after that bump, because he was out there doing crazy shit right afterwards. So, but yeah, there was a lot of hard bumps in this match too, especially to the outside. Like Brock get knocked off the apron, and he landed like a fucking bag of rocks.
Well, consider the 5 guys you have in this match.
Yeah.
All fucking... I mean, the only one who's not a legit wrestler, an actual legit shooter, is Benoit, but even Benoit's tough as nails.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we get to the ending, Benoit with the crossface, and there's your lot, as Brock Lesnar and Chris Benoit defeat Team Angle in 13 minutes, 19 seconds. Moving from there to match number 6, the third and final championship match of the night for the World Heavyweight Championship. Champion Triple H with Ric Flair.
Why?
Versus challenger Scott Steiner. The rematch of the year!
Nobody
Holla! If you hear me.
¿Por qué, Dios? ¿Por qué el torturo de
Ay, Dios
esto?
míos!
Ay, Dios mío!
What the fuck?
So we talked about their first match last month for Royal Rumble and how bad that was. Here,
This was better.
it was
but
better
not
than the No
much.
Way Out. It was better than the Rumble match, but was still fucking terrible.
The bar was so low.
Yeah.
It had
And the crowd
to
is
be
giving
better.
Steiner so much shit in this match, too. This
Yeah.
is the bizarre world, so, you know.
Thank God this wasn't the main event.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
God.
And to think they wanted to do this match again at WrestleMania.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Then again-
Quebec.
Well, then again, now that I think about it, I probably would have rather have had a third Triple H Steiner match than to see Booker buried at WrestleMania.
So you would have
Just
rather
saying.
seen a crappy match and ruin WrestleMania 19's legacy?
Mm-hmm.
A crappy match or what we saw?
I'm a fucking
You-
masochist, so I'll take Steiner Triple H 3.
You'd want a crappy match on a great WrestleMania. Okay. That's you. That's you.
If it keeps Booker from being buried, fine.
So Booker's off the show then.
Yeah,
You're gonna
but
take
Booker
money.
had
You're gonna
an
take.
absolutely horrible career after this.
You're gonna take money out of his wallet because you don't want him to see. You don't want to see him lose a match. You're gonna take money.
Who really got buried at WrestleMania 19?
Scott for not even being on.
Thank you.
It's better to be on Mania than not on Mania.
Mhm.
Because
That's
guess
how
what?
you
You
get
make
married.
money.
Right.
Because
Money,
guess what?
moolah,
Booker deserves
Benjamins.
better. Anyways, moving on.
Yes.
Yeah,
he's
this
fine.
match,
He's fine.
yeah, better than Rumble, but still fucking god awful. The only thing that makes this match better than the Rumble match is that it was shorter. Not by much, only 3 minutes.
Hey, but that's still
5.
3 minutes less.
But still. But in the end, Triple H with the pedigree. 1, 2, 3.
On.
Triple H defeated Scott Steiner in 13 minutes, 1 second.
Next match.
Moving on.
Now the match number 7, the penultimate match of the night, and really the match that I think really helped this show out a lot, business-wise.
You could make a... Well, I was about to say you could make a case for this being the main event, but given what was the main event,
Yeah.
that doesn't work for me, brother.
Yeah.
But match number 7, Eric Bischoff versus the returning Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now,
What?
I remember as an 8-year-old kid watching this whole thing play out over the course of weeks. Like, dating back to the 10th anniversary Raw special that they did, or even like the Raw before that, where they were building up like, Bischoff, you're gonna have to do something big in 30 days, or whatever it was, or else you're fired. And Bischoff trying to do every possible thing he could to, like, try and outdo Stephanie in some capacity or to impress Vince. And he thought, how about I get Stone Cold Steve Austin to come back? And then I love the way they play up their WCW past. Like, it was Bischoff who fired Austin from down south to begin with. So they were trying to play up like, you're not going to get Steve, because why would he want to work with you after what you did? And then, you're fired! Only to be changed later that episode or the next week, whichever it was.
It was the same episode. Because they were about to name the new GM, and JR came out as like, we got a deal. We got Austin.
We got him.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the new general manager of Raw is Eric Bischoff. And your reward, you're going to face Stone Cold Steve Austin at No Way Out.
Yeah. And then, fucking the pop Austin God when he showed up. Holy fucking shit. Biggest pop of the whole show. Let's be real.
There was a teaser earlier in the show when, I think it was when, I forget who, maybe it was when they were helping Edge, but there's a shot in the background of Stone Cold's pickup truck.
Yeah.
There is that in the back too, to kind of get like a little hint, like, yeah, he is here, folks.
Yeah. But yeah, this match wasn't even much of a match. It was just it was a squash, but it was an entertaining squash, and that's what you wanted.
What it needed.
You wanted Austin to beat the shit out of
Plus,
Bischoff for all the shit.
at this point in time, Austin really couldn't work much. I mean, he was starting to feel bad near the end there in 02.
Right.
Yeah. As Austin described it himself, in his mind he was fine finally when he came back, but his body was telling him, Steve, get your ass out of here.
Yeah, what happens not too long after this match at WrestleMania?
Because he has Austin has one other match, and then Mania, and then it's it.
That's it.
Yeah, and we'll be talking about Mania 19 when we get to that. But in the end, stunner to send the fans home happy. Oh, wait, not yet. As Steve Austin defeated Eric Bischoff in 4 minutes, 26 seconds.
What?
Now to the main event of No Way Out 2003 that they tried to hype up as the biggest rematch of all time. Hulk Hogan versus The Rock. 11 months after their first match at 18. But in this match, the roles reversed, entering Hogan the face, Rock the heel, and... I mean, fucking the build-up, Hollywood Rock. Can I just say that's my favorite version of The Rock?
Best short-term heel run ever.
Oh, so good.
Such an amazing run right here. From late January through late April, early May. Holy shit.
His stuff with Hurricane to me just... Oh my god.
Where Rock basically was like, okay, you guys are going to boo me? Well, I'm going to give you a reason to boo me.
Exactly.
Hey, don't you The Rock? Shut up!
This ain't sing along with The Rock anymore.
No. You lost that privilege. You were the first ones to boo me. You were the first ones to lose that privilege. No more. Sing along time is over.
Yep. But wasn't it? Was it before or after this show where he did the fucking thing in Toronto?
That was the night after.
That was
the night after on Raw. Yeah,
that was because afterwards.
Hooray! Said Toronto.
That's where we live. Shut up. Whoa. Oh boy, the build up was really good to this match, and then the match
Man.
it couldn't live up to WrestleMania.
No.
Rematches
Absolutely not.
rarely ever do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, in terms of like recent examples, the only like rematch that lived up to the hype of the original in recent years was Gargano Ciampa. As far as ones I could think of off the top of my head in recent times.
I mean,
but
what do you consider recent times?
Mm-hmm.
Like the
Like the
last 5 years. There you go.
Because rematches are just... If it's a great first match, you have to live up to that and then some.
Mm-hmm.
And you rarely ever do.
Right. And it also doesn't help that the fucking finish was overbooked to death.
Another screw job.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got to build up towards Vince versus
Hey,
Hogan.
Who's that
Okay.
referee in there? We've never seen him before.
Oh yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. But then
the
we get
beginnings
to
of Sylvain Grenier.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
who 3 months after this would become part of La Resistance.
With Rene Dupree. And then you got Robert Conway.
Yes. Poor Rob. Rob
Former NWA World Champion Rob
champion.
Conway.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Just look at me. The worst fucking theme song.
But yeah, the finish, we get the leg drop from Hogan to a big pop. 1, 2, lights go out, then the lights come on. Referee's down in a chair in the ring. It's like, what the hell is going on? And then Vince McMahon shows up, and it's like, aw. And then suddenly the ref slides a chair, plays dead. Chair shot from Rock, bloody up Hogan, rock bottom, and the ref, he's not hurt at all. 1, 2, 3. The Rock defeats Hulk Hogan in 12 minutes, 20 seconds. Montreal Screwjob again.
And again,
Well,
Dropped the
not
shirt.
really a Montreal screw job.
But it was being emulated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, boo.
Screwing
Now-
over
now-
Hogan.
Now, only if they would have done it with the sharpshooter. Then you'd just be going over the top.
He
Yes,
uses
you really
it.
would.
It's like shit as always, but still he uses it.
Oh,
And the worst sharpshooter ever.
Shit
Yes.
shooter.
Yeah. I'm honestly shocked they didn't go for that. To be
It's
honest.
like if you're gonna do the parody of the Screwjob, or you're gonna do some sort of screwy finish in Montreal, just do the fucking sharpshooter. It works every time, and by that I mean it works none of the time.
one time. Not in Montreal, but a recreation of it one time.
Yeah, the Survivor Series '98.
Yeah.
Rock Mankind.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But after that, it's like
That was a year later from it, so yeah, it was fresh in people's minds. This is 4 years after the fact, and nobody really gives a shit about that fact because the people are involved in it. So,
Exactly.
ugh.
But yeah, fans boo home happy, or boo
Yep.
home happy afterwards. But so yeah, overall, like I said, I was a broken record because it was like solid. Like
okay,
that's
good.
really what this show is
Meh.
in a nutshell.
There was one bad match.
It's-
One
it's-
bad
yeah.
match.
It's a filler show between the two big ones, and
But given the matches you had on this show,
It had a lot of big matches
It did.
for a
you
B
would've-
pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. And I think this was, at least according to the stats over at OSW Review, I think this was the most bought B pay-per-view of 03, I think. So, and yeah, with how stacked this card was, you would have thought on paper, this would have been a great pay-per-view.
yeah, huge. Yeah.
But in the end, it was at best okay, at worst average.
Yeah, it's not talked about. You know, it's nothing that's even.
It's
discussed.
forgettable.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it really is. And it's like the only things people are going to remember about this show is Angle's neck, Austin's return, and the screwy finish to Rock Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Pretty
pretty much
much.
it.
That's about it.
So, would I recommend you guys check this show out? Just once.
Eh.
Just
Go ahead.
once. Why
Every
not?
pay-per-view you should see at least one
At
time.
least one time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now on to favorite, least favorite, sleeper, and shocker. Favorite, the 3-on-2 handicap tag. That's easy.
I know for Scott. Can I predict what Scott's favorite is?
I already said it, but go ahead.
Austin Bischoff.
Absolutely.
Because it did what it was supposed to.
That's what it was supposed to do, and it was most fun. So, like, that's gonna be that's your money match right there. I loved it. So,
least favorite, Steiner Triple H.
Triple H.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Sleeper.
Now, sleeper, Jericho Hardy?
I give the sleeper to the 3-on-2 match.
The Cruiserweight title.
Cruiserweight?
I mean, hell, anything from the first half you could put in sleeper and you wouldn't be wrong.
Shocker.
Whether it's Shocker.
The injuries.
The injury?
Yeah, Regal works through getting knocked out. Kurt breaks his neck. Yeah, just all that stuff that's happening. And I guess you'd say the big shocking factor is, like you were just saying, the star power on the show is huge, and the card is solid, but it's just kind of there.
Actually, I'm gonna change my sleeper. Undertaker Big Show.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that should have been the Mania match. Yeah.
But now, do you have a push job endeavor?
I didn't really think about one for this one. So let's figure this one out here.
Oh God.
God.
The gears are turning.
Yeah, they're turning.
What's the most fucked up one?
What's the most fucked up one? Okay.
Great.
There you go. Push job endeavor. Shannon Moore, Savon Grenier, Earl Hebner.
Yeah.
Why Earl?
Because he's on the show.
Oh, God.
Do you push Earl because he's Earl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you job Grenier and endeavor Shannon?
I'd endeavor Earl.
Yeah, you could endeavor Earl.
Honestly, endeavor Earl push.
Do you push Sylvan off a cliff?
And you can keep jobbing Shannon because he's the stooge to Matt. So there you go.
Okay.
You could push Shannon into a feud with Matt over the Cruiserweight title. You know, it's like he's
If you
tired
really
of being
want to go
around.
He's tired of being an MFer.
Time being an MFer, exactly.
He's gonna be a moron.
He's going to be an SMer. S&Mer. That's what he's going to be, an S&Mer. So he's into that shit.
But endeavor Earl and let
Endeavor
Earl
Earl and job, or actually, honestly, endeavor Sylvan, because he wasn't going to do anything great.
He never did anything.
No. He was there because he was a Montreal dude. Pat Patterson had a thing for him, so yeah.
Take that for what you will. Not that
Not
there's
like
anything
that,
wrong
people.
with they.
Nothing wrong with that. Not like that. I'm not saying like that. But he had an affinity for him because they were fellow countrymen. So, Levi just read something in the chat.
No, no, it wasn't from the chat. It was just that conversation. Like, I almost had a terrible joke to make, but I'm not going to say it, so I'm just going to leave
The crowd go banana.
Yeah. Hey, I had a bad joke last week I couldn't share, so I'm not going to do it.
No, I'm not doing it either.
Colada.
But this week in wrestling, I figured, why don't we let Ricky tell us everything about AEW since he was there?
Who's that Dynamite? He was there.
So, as you can see, got myself an AEW shirt exclusive to the Texas states, which I think it was just Corpus and Laredo, so that was kind of fucking cool. I actually didn't go. My alter ego went, though. Painmaker went.
Painmaker, that's right, yes.
He went, which, I'll tell you, it was a bitch doing the makeup. It was a bitch.
Look good.
Oh, yeah. And I'll probably do that every time AEW comes to town. I'll probably go as Painmaker. But regardless, I go there. I gotta say, the show felt long.
Well, Dark, Dynamite, and Rampage. 3 shows.
Yeah, it felt long. Like, I was like, oh my god, I love wrestling, but this is way too fucking much. Especially
I mean, hell, the last live show that I ever went to was 2017. I saw Main Event, SmackDown Live, and 205 Live.
Yeah,
so
but this one had Dark for 45 minutes, and then you had Dynamite, and then you had Rampage, another hour, And then, of course, they had the last match, the dark match, which was the Lucha Brothers versus Tony Nese and can't remember the other fucking guy. Of course, everyone lost their shit because it was the Lucha Brothers. You know, being in my hometown, it was like hell yeah. When MJF came out, the first thing everyone said was "culero, culero," and he said, yo no hablo español.
That's great.
The one negative I'm gonna say wasn't full. It was like half full. The arena was half full.
Yeah.
Which was like, wish it could have gone more full, but maybe next time. When Jericho came out before Rampage, he talked in Spanish. He said, I was in Mexico for 3 años. En Mexico es muy sucio. And everyone was like, culero, culero, puto. I mean, it was a blast, but I wish there was more people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But to me, the highlight was seeing Jericho, especially since I went as Paymaker and singing Judas. To me, that's like one of the bucket lists off my list.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, overall, AEW for the first time being there was okay. Tony Khan came out a lot. A lot.
Yeah.
And I mean a lot. He came out a lot. He came out before Dynamite. He came out before Rampage. He came out right after the show. He came out during the show. He came out a lot. Like a lot. And I was like, dude, calm down. I know you're fucking excited, but dude, like...
He also needs to put down the fucking phone during SmackDown. Because you see that shit when Ariel Helwani was on SmackDown and he's like, you're fucking fraud and blah, blah, blah. And like, dude, stop your drugs. Stop your drinking. Put your sniffy dust away.
I swear, every time Tony Khan came out, I swear, I felt he was losing his voice every single fucking time.
Dude, because he took the Candyland stash.
Yes.
If you know, you know.
You know, the booger sugar.
Uh-huh.
He took Herb Abrams stuff that's like 35 years old.
But I gotta
It
say,
always comes back to Herb Abrams.
But
Herb Abrams Ghost.
Follow Herb
Tweet-
Abrams Ghost on Twitter.
Tweet something.
Yes.
But I gotta say, on Dynamite, seeing Tony Storm, Saraya, seeing, you know, Ruby, seeing Britt Baker, I was like, tag me, I want to be in there. Everyone, the ref, everyone was like, you lucky bastard.
Mm-hmm.
The ovation to Audrey, everyone was like, Audrey Edwards. I was like, oh man, she's so cute and hot. But I had a great time. Probably next time, I'm gonna go as Paymaker again. I think I found my gimmick.
There you go.
So yeah, Ricky's not going, but Painmaker, he is.
Yes.
Paymaker is.
Just like if King Fat goes to a show, it's not Levi, it's King Fat.
King Fat. That's right.
And for Scott's not going. It's gonna be
Max
Scott's
Cash.
not going. Scott's just not going. Scott's just not
And
going.
see, nobody'll know it's me because nobody's seen me.
I
So
know,
you won't
yes.
know. I am everywhere and nowhere.
Chris Jericho. I gotta say, Chris Jericho, I fucking love you. He retweeted my tweet from my makeup and he liked it
Behind you.
on Twitter.
Oh my god, I'm right there.
But
Judas in my
In
mind.
mind. Oh god.
oh shit. But anyways, now into the WWE world. So last night's SmackDown, holy shit, 5 minutes of the crowd going nuts for Sammy when he came out.
God
Music is back.
damn.
Yeah, the classic theme's back.
Hope he doesn't throw his arm out tonight.
Fans were singing along to that, and the Ole chants were happening. And what I really appreciated was when Sammy came out, it was the CM Punk Chicago entrance. He just walks out slowly, taking it in. He didn't run out there like the old NXT days, start doing the dancing, all that stuff. Taking that moment.
My
and
shoulder!
Yep. That deal too. So he's
Like,
taking
don't
it
do
in
that
and
tonight, Sammy. You're gonna screw WrestleMania.
Yeah, dude.
No.
Fuck that up. So yeah, the crowd. Oh my, Montreal's ready
God
for this.
damn.
It's going to be huge. The whole
If
show's
it-
going to be amazing.
this-
Yeah.
Let's go back also to Raw, the conversation between Cody and Sammy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well played. Exactly how it should be. Big brother Cody, little brother Sammy. It's like, we believe in you. You can do this. So it's not going to be people turning on Cody, folks out there.
Get the fuck over it.
You can have two people you like. It's all right.
People, it's like it's just because going back to 2000, people didn't boo The Rock because he wasn't McFoley.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
But let's see. Oh yeah, and then also last night on SmackDown, getting a little bit of a tease of a possible match of Mania with Bray versus Brock or Bobby.
Yes.
Bobby, damn it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby.
Let it be Lashley so we can get Brock Gunther, please.
Lashley.
That's what I'm hoping to.
Lashley.
And I think, well, we'll do predictions towards the end.
Later
but,
on. Yeah.
But yeah, and Uncle Howdy being there in person with Bray, not attacking Bray for once.
Right. He's now in control of the family again, as he said.
Yeah. It was like maybe that one Sister Abigail that Howdy did to Bray in front of LA Knight woke him up a little bit.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
For
so that
now.
happened. More build up for the women's Elimination Chamber match. We'll get to that prediction a little bit. Yeah, it's everything about
This is the first B pay-per-view I'm actually interested in years.
I'm psyched up for this show.
Yeah.
This is going to be huge, and crowd is going to be on fire for the whole night. And it's all building towards Sammy and Roman. The story is going to be amazing. I'm looking for callbacks to various little things. I'm thinking about stuff that could happen in the main event at WrestleMania. So yeah.
Do you see him doing the dive in between the ropes to the DDT like he did in NXT?
Probably.
Here? Not here. Because I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sammy decides to cut his beard and his
His
hair.
beard.
It seemed like, I thought about him like doing the whole shave the head thing, go back to the short hair,
The
doing
buzz
the beard,
cut.
buzz cut thing. But it's like, no.
I hope we get a haluva kick the tees 1, 2, and the one finger on the bottom rope.
Yeah.
I want to see somebody use. I don't know if they've done it recently. Maybe not this match, but at WrestleMania, something big where I'm not going to say who, but the match is going on, the false finishes are kicking in, we're getting close to the end. It's really teasing. Somebody hits the finish once again, cover, 1, 2, grab the referee's hand. Do that thing as a
Call back to Survivor Series.
kind of, because that was Sammy doing that, Kevin. So if let's say in this scenario tonight, KO shows up to try to offset any kind of interference, because the Usos won't be there. They're going to be watching from home because you can see stuff on TV that you don't see there live. Can you make it more obvious what they're trying to set up here?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's going to be a part of this deal. Solo could still show up if KO went out there and spear on Sammy, cover 1, 2, and Sammy caught the referee's hand before the 3. That fucking crowd will go absolutely apeshit. Not saying he's going to win, but if they did that, oof. Or if Cody did that at WrestleMania, or whatever, just someone hasn't done that yet.
It's going to be so hard to predict because with Triple H in charge, you don't really know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. We think so much it's going to be like this, it's going to be like this, but how many times have we said, it's going to be like this, and it's the opposite?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What if somehow they pulled the trigger tonight?
Yep.
God. I would love if they pull the trigger. I don't think they will, but a part of me is there's a molecule of a chance that it could happen, but I don't see it.
And you know what's...
The story is being told. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no,
you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you
go. No, you.
Hey, you. Hey, guess what? Levi, you go.
Okay, fine. There was one...
What I was thinking about was that we could actually... You said to go! I did that for James.
But I was going to say, there was one crazy scenario, even though it wouldn't happen because this guy's wrestling somewhere else right now. But I saw, like, this crazy far-fetched theory on Instagram. Like, what if they do a similar thing to Clash at the Castle, where Solo Sikoa debuted to help Roman out? I don't think it would happen for the principal reason this guy's in MLW right now, but I saw what if Lance Onawai showed up and helped Roman retain. And the only reason why I say no is because he's in MLW right now, but if he was free, then that could have been a possibility, but it's just, nah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But no, I totally forgot what I was going to say before because we were going back and forth about the you go first thing.
Well, it's going to be interesting to predict this because, like, the chamber matches, I think it's pretty much easy who's going to win. Theory's going to retain the U.S. title.
Yes.
Asuka's going to win the women's chamber.
With that, too, if we go by WWE logic, Asuka went up on SmackDown. So that's where I was like, initially Asuka was my pick. After seeing that, I'm like, ooh.
But again, that was Vince in charge. This is a little different.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, they still do that. So it's like, all right, because if not Asuka, if we're going to do predictions now or whatever, if not Asuka, I would probably say the only person I can think of is Raquel. Because she's the only one that posed in the match, her and Bianca at WrestleMania possibly, or at least Raquel wins this one and then we set up something down the line for her to put that shot on the line before WrestleMania and, you know, Asuka beats her there or whatever. But it just seems like if we go by that logic, Asuka went up on SmackDown, it won't be that way. I don't want to see Carmella get it. I'm sorry.
No.
No.
You know, all due respect to her, she went through some very, very hard shit in real life that we don't wish on anybody. But her just coming back after that and then getting put in this match is a little Liv's had her chance. Don't really see like the big
Again, I don't know with
redemption.
Liv,
yeah,
the
like
redemption.
Natty's in there because it's Natty.
It's Canada.
And it's thank you.
A.
And A.
A.
So and Nikki and you know, Nikki's doing her thing. So it's to me it seems like it's Asuka Raquel, and if I went by the logic, I see more Raquel getting it. But that's just me.
And then Edge and Beth versus Finn and Rhea. Here I see Finn and Rhea winning.
I see Rhea pinning Beth to end that feud because Rhea's going after the women's title. You can't have her lose. And if you're going to be doing Edge and Finn at WrestleMania, you can't have them do the decision.
Nah.
Got it.
Especially if they turn that into a Hell in a Cell match at Mania, then you would have to wait for Edge to get the win at Mania.
Yeah, because I think it is gonna happen. The Hell in a Cell, because it's like
it fits, and it's the perfect end to this really good feud between the two.
If not that, they'll come up with another gimmick match to do. You know, they're just as good.
Would you have the Demon at WrestleMania?
No, Demon's babyface.
Yeah, and until Finn turns back babyface,
or create a heel version of the Demon.
What would that be, though? Yeah.
But see, the thing with that is the fans may cheer that, and you don't want that because he's a heel.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker.
Bobby and Brock. I see Bobby getting it here.
Bobby.
I see Bobby.
I don't know. It's because then it looks like it would be Bobby and Bray, which Bobby Bray, Brock Bray. Fine, either way.
Either or works, but I just want Lashley to win so we can get Brock.
Brock and Bray.
That's what I want.
Yeah. So it's like really tough. Also, out of this, we're getting the Hurt Business back. It's coming. They're building it up. Because we've already seen Shelton and Cedric back together. We've seen MVP talking to those two. Lashley had his manager review the contract and all that stuff. So it definitely looked like the Hurt Business is getting back together. So this could be the match that does that to allow Bobby to go over.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a weird thought. Are they going to have Omos interfere and we get Omos and Brock at Mania?
Please no.
Oh God.
God.
Is the oh my see, now that I said that, it's like,
Yeah.
is that a fucking possibility?
Well, if it happens, it's your fault now. So
Exactly. And
That's
I'm gonna
a
hold and I'm
thing.
gonna hold it against you for the rest of your life that we didn't get Gunther Brock because of you.
That's a
You put it out in the
vintage
universe.
Yeah, some mark on the internet. It's my fault that we got that match.
That's right.
Buckeye fucking motherfucker.
God
Pizza
damn.
pasta. Ralph Macchio. Did you see that Cornette Russo
I did.
gorilla
Yeah.
table for three?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
It
Oh,
was
I
awesome.
posted it in the DM on Twitter
Okay.
because I've pretty much figured out how this person does this, and there's an app, there's a website,
yeah.
an app and stuff where you can upload hours of people's voices, and it creates the AI version of that.
Did anyone hear the AI of CM Punk? Did anyone hear this?
No.
This shocked the fuck out of me. I was on TikTok scrolling through. There's a picture of Punk, and you hear a person say, "So give us the situation. What's going on?" And then you hear Punk, and it sounds exactly like him. And it goes into this whole spiel about, I don't fucking care about AEW anymore. Tony Khan we've already talked to Tony, and he's probably going to be giving me my release soon. I have had conversations with Hunter, and I tell you what, by the end of this year, CM Punk and FTR will be in WWE. And by the way, this is AI generated. I'm not really CM Punk, you fucking marks.
See,
That's exactly what it said.
software like that,
Just like him.
software like that is so dangerous.
So dangerous.
Like, because
Speaking
you
of-
could upload so many different celebrities and create the AI version of them. Because that's how this person does it, and it's great stuff. Because the Russo sounds great,
yeah.
the Gorilla sounds great, everybody sounds great.
Speaking of FTR, that little tweet that one of them deleted of the WWE logo? Maybe a possible
Tell
contract?
me about this one. I didn't hear about this. What's
It
it?
No,
looked
I
like it was like a paper that had the WWE logo on it. That was quickly deleted, but since it's the internet, it's there forever.
Now, Dax has said on his podcast that they were never really considered like Hunter guys, because they had a little heat with Sean, the whole NWO thing at what was it, Raw 25 or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Raw 25.
Yeah, and they didn't like the way the things went down there, so they never really been considered like Hunter guys. So are they going to go back? I don't know. I thought for sure they would, but when he says it, it's like, oh, okay, maybe.
What do they have left to prove in AEW, though?
Exactly. Or elsewhere. Whereas if they go back to WWE, they can work with a bunch of new teams that are either just coming up or have been there for a while that they haven't worked with in a while.
Okay,
Like the Usos,
okay, there we
Sammy and KO.
Right there. That's just what I was thinking. Imagine that FTR or the Revival, as they'll probably be known as KO and Sammy in a feud.
SummerSlam match.
Maybe.
Wow.
That would be an amazing match.
And also, didn't Walter said the rumors of supposedly some AEW guys jumping ship?
Yeah, because Kenny's contract is about up, and then there's Ibushi, there's
Jay White.
Jay White.
Jay
Could you
White's the
imagine if
one.
one or two or maybe all of them coming?
We're gonna have every single leader of the Bullet Club?
That's
Pretty
true.
much.
That's true, yeah.
Now, could you imagine if Kenny came?
Oh god.
Oh.
I don't even know.
Nobody would see it coming.
Hold on, I want to see what Levi's laughing at.
If Kenny goes over, Jay White goes over. I don't care. Do a version of the Bullet Club with all of them. With Jay, Kenny, AJ, Finn, Gallows, Anderson. And Cody. Just go all the fucking way with it. I don't care.
Every
Just
single
go all
person
the way.
spins the Bullet Club in WWE. Make just one night only. One night only.
Of course, no Young Bucks because we don't need the Young Bucks. So
No,
there you go.
No.
Gallows and Anderson's far better. There, I said it, Marks.
who haven't done anything since AJ got hurt. Ugh,
Unfortunately.
And that freaking sucks, AJ
Yeah.
being out.
that's a big
Yeah.
call.
Because AJ doesn't have long left.
No. He might be, once he finishes this contract, that could be it. And what else? Again, another guy.
What else does he have to prove anywhere?
Get out early nowadays. You made your money, dude. He's good. Trust me.
He's made a ton of money. He's done more in WWE than anybody ever expected, ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because who would have ever thought he'd have been WWE champion?
I know, I was just about to say, I completely forgot to bring his name up when I was going through the guys who got the belt in a quick time. AJ got it in 9 months.
That's true.
So yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Oh, this could be fun. This could be something fun. Because we know two guys that are good friends in two different companies. Kenny Omega, Xavier Woods. Okay, we know they're good friends. They love playing, Street Fighter with each other and all that stuff. And they did that whole thing years ago at some
The New
big,
Day and the Elite had
New Day and the
like an
Elite.
E3 event kind of.
Fantastic. It was more heat than a wrestling match. It was fantastic. And could you imagine Kenny Omega getting paired up with Pretty Deadly, and then bring that up to the main roster to feud with the New Day?
Oh god.
How much fun would that be? Because Pretty Deadly is like, these guys are main roster guys. They're ready to go, as far as I could see. They got the look, they got the talent, they got the gimmick, all good there. But then you put Kenny with those two, it's like a really bad 80s hair band, left behind that never made it. And
would
then
get
you got the New Day out there too. My God.
But they only
Potentially get the Kenny Omega Seth Rollins team that only we want.
Yeah, that Walter predicted on his game.
oh lord.
Okay.
But
Carry
yeah,
on my wayward son.
but back to AJ real quick, and it's like, I mean, hell, if he were to retire, just let him have a Legends contract, and he can keep appearing on Up Up Down Down like he'd been doing for years.
That's true.
I swear, AJ reminds me a lot of myself as a gamer. Whenever something doesn't go my way, I'll rage too. Except he's probably a bigger rager than me. He fucking smashed.
Are you breaking shit when you lose a game like that? Are you like he does?
Well, I don't break shit. Although I will say probably the funniest game rage moment. I used to watch Uber Haxer Nova back in the day on YouTube when I was first watching YouTube in high school. And, of course, he's a big wrestling fan, too. And, hell, he was at Mania 29 as well, believe it or not. But, yeah, he was playing, like, Super Mario Maker, and he died. And he's like, are you fucking kidding me? Throws his controller down on the table, but the controller bounces and hits him in the eyeball. Like, what a fucking job!
That's what
He's
you get when controllers fight back.
Yeah, he's like, I can't even be mad. Oh, fuck.
You brought it on yourself, dude.
I'll have to send you that clip here after
Yes.
this, because it is
So
classic.
it was like AJ and Seth like in the
Rollins.
finals.
Madden. Playing Madden.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm not a football guy by any stretch, but I was watching that with
that whole tournament, not that tournament particular, but when they did the Madden 18 tournament where Rollins lost in the first round to Jason Jordan, he's just like,
oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Thank you very much. Take your stupid hat. Damn it! And Jason's like, and you want to know the best part? I didn't practice once. I just went in to take my chances. But I also watched when Brody played against Jimmy Uso, and they were an entertaining game.
The game where you stab each other they did one of those. They did.
Well, Harper was like the gang beast guy. Like anytime you put him in a game of gang beasts, whether it was with Connor from the Ascension, Rollins, Aiden English.
Yep.
Cedric, Akira Tozawa, or Breeze. He was a rage monster on Gang Beast, especially the rivalry with Connor. Like, it's a rivalry renewed. What the hell?
See, now I gotta go back and watch some of these old ones.
Oh yeah,
I've been watching Up, Up, Down, Down like crazy, particularly the party stuff on Uno.
Yes.
Oh my God! You want to talk about an all-time bonehead play? Adam Cole, the king, the undisputed king of the bonehead plays.
God.
And then
Except he doesn't even have the worst bonehead play ever. I've actually started watching the episode where Claudio pulls the biggest bonehead play in the history of bonehead plays. When Breeze is on Uno, and Claudio plays a draw 4, but he's acting so cocky, he forgot to click the color he wanted, and Breeze challenged him, and Breeze finished, he's like, hit the button! Hit the button! The button where Claudio makes the Ace Ventura quote, when you want to talk about all-time bonehead plays... But Claudio never presses the button on himself, and they kept begging him, you hit the damn button. And Claudio's like, I clicked red. You clicked after 0, Claudio. Admit to it.
Admit to it.
Hit the button. And even Adam Cole, or Chugs, as he's called, he's like, I pride myself on being the king of bonehead plays, but I've never wanted anything more than to hear this sound. Press the button.
And
their music video they did together was fucking hilarious.
The Xavier Woods, Tyler Breeze, GM mode battle they're having right now is a lot of fun. They're almost done, too. They're almost at WrestleMania. And Breeze is destroying Xavier right now. So.
When does he never destroy?
I hated GM mode because I always lost.
Oh god, and then I remember when they were doing it on 06. Woods booking a car and he does it, and Zelina Vega's sitting next to him.
Yes.
And he's like, wait, Breeze, he took Randy! Breeze!
What's funny in the one now, with all the different characters and all the different versions of their characters, they both have an Undertaker. They both have one has Scott Hall, one has Razor Ramon. It's
funny in 06 you could literally have 3 Hulk Hogans. NWO 80s and current Hogan. Well, at the time.
Yeah, it was the current as of then Hogan, then the 80s Hogan, Hollywood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Although, I remember SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, where if you had regular Biker Undertaker in season mode, you couldn't have the other Undertaker in, and vice versa. And I always went with old school Taker.
Although it was weird, like the old superstar rating for the beginning of season mode, Taker was at an 80, and normal Taker was at like 85. It's like, it should be the other way around.
Older Taker was one of the higher rated legends, because all the other ones were so low rated.
Hell, Old Taker was the highest rated overall out of everybody. By 2 points over Brock. I think it was like 93 and Brock was a 91, and then it was like Goldberg at a 90, Triple H at a 90, Kurt at an 89, Rock at 87, like crazy.
And when I always did that, I always put the weak wrestlers on my roster and put all the strong ones on the other one. Easy wins. I'm the Intercontinental, Hardcore, Tag Team, and World Champion. I hold all the belts.
That's what Woods did with their last season. He had Malcolm Bivens, who's now managing AEW. He was the World Champion, a Tag Champion, the IC Champion, Cruiserweight Champion. And he had the most popularity. He couldn't lose. He could never lose. Malcolm Bivens, as he would say.
Or, and Scott, remember on your Twitch stream where I brought up we should do a Monopoly night? I got sparked to want to do that after watching The Party play Monopoly.
Oh, nice.
And oh my god, Woods, you fucked up royally.
We should do a Shadow Kvlt game night.
Well, I was talking about that.
Every month.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I brought this up to Scott on his Twitch stream. James, if you and Ricky got Steam, I could gift you guys Monopoly Plus on the house from me, and we could play Monopoly like 1 month, and then do the same thing with like Uno or Cards Against Humanity, etc. Like rotate. Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun.
I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Oh god, you'll probably see me rage the most on Uno.
Oh god, yes. That would be so much fun.
Oh, and you see me going all Mexican like "Chico de la chingada."
I want that. I want that. I've never wanted anything more in my life. I want that.
Well,
kidding me? God damn it!
well, Ricky and James, install Steam onto your computers, and when I get my next check, I'll buy
make this
Monopoly
happen.
Plus for each of you.
Yeah. But could we do a booking thing? Could we do a TK like booking scenario on there?
I
Where we
think
become-
there
we become
is
a booking committee?
let me look it
It's
up.
nothing you have to do right now, but think about it. If it's something we could do a booking committed type deal, you know, like
I think there
week go and
is
throw ideas out
a-
there. I think that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm. Changing up new ideas for the Shadow Kvlt going forward.
Why
Breaking the
not, you know?
mold. Break
Why
the
not?
mold.
It'd be fun as hell. It'd
Like-
be something we could do on Twitch, on YouTube. You know, it's all safe stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hell, that could be a future, like, apart from, like, say, Rumble month, Mania month, SummerSlam month, and Survivor Series month for the Big Four.
Mm.
Every other month we'll have, like, one pay-per-view review, one top 10, one retrospective, and a game night.
Oh, there is a website called Journey of Wrestling
Okay. Mm-hmm.
that where you can book your own promotion and all the different
Like-
events and.
There was one back in the day that me and Walter used to play called Extreme Warfare.
I
And
remember
was
that.
Total Extreme Warfare. It was same thing. So if we could do something like that, you know, Levi, if you could download something like that, and we could just start like going over ideas. And now he's really losing it. Who said what?
What?
No, I was remembering the Extreme Warfare. I almost forgot about this until you just brought that game up. New Legacy Inc. One time they were doing a stream playing Extreme Warfare. They got Vince Russo to join them for it. And oh my god, Russo, Jesus Christ, no wonder why you're not booking anywhere.
Because he didn't get the game.
No.
But yeah, Journey of Wrestling, a wrestling booking game that is easy to pick up and play with accessible depth. Book anything, easy to play, fun features, and there's the free version and then there's a paid version of it.
You'll have to link that.
Let me see this.
Yeah, but journeyofwrestling.com.
Journey of Wrestling. Well, let's take a look at what we got.
Over 5,000 scenarios, fun features.
Easy to play, fun features, ratings, war.
And you can book like old school wrestling with all the different like you could book 80s WWF if you wanted, or 80s NWA. Draft your roster, all sorts of different stuff.
No, I'd say research it, look into it, see if it's something that we could possibly do. I think it'd be fun as hell.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, you get like Wrestling Observer awards and stuff. It's called something different, and there's star ratings and stuff, and
Usually is, yeah. That's
and
what
then you get the awards for like best matches and worst matches and best events and this person and it. I've played it a couple times. It's actually kind of addicting. It's fun.
And I saw it's only $15 for the paid version.
Paid
Not
version.
bad.
I've just done the free version.
I'll throw some money in there if you wanted to buy it.
Yeah.
And then do 1 week of hey, let's just book 80s WWF
God, yeah.
with all the wrestlers we want.
Right.
Heck, you could book 60s WWF.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
I'll have
Pretty
to
much
plead
any
the
era-
fifth on that.
Any era you want, they have all the different wrestlers. If you wanted to book modern, you could. If you wanted to book old school, you can.
Give me Dusty era Jim Crockett Promotions. Find that one. Oh, God. Make Magnum TA world champion.
Oh, geez.
You know. Bring the Von Erichs in.
Hell, we could do the Roman Reigns rebooking and see it come to light on there.
and
Why
see
not?
how successful it would be.
You
Exactly.
see that? Yep. Mm-hmm. Possibilities are endless.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say that should
if-
be like our
if you
4
wanted-
game.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to book Mo of Men on a Mission as world champion, you could.
If you want to
Fuck
book,
that.
you want to book Jinder fucking Mahal as the longest reigning WWE champion of all time.
Yes,
There you
let's-
go. Break Bruno's record.
Break Bruno's record.
Have him be world champion forever. He just squashes everybody.
Eternal
Yes.
champion.
Oh god, not fucking Mahal?
You sly bastard.
I got that in there.
Mm.
I got that in there. Now he's gonna have to listen to them. He's gonna pull the CD now. There it is.
Swordsman with a hot lady on his leg, and then titties.
There you go.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So Jinder Mahal is the eternal champion.
But yeah, hey, we got Shadow Kvlt game night.
There you go.
Those could be the 4 games: Monopoly, Uno, Cards Against Humanity, and Journey to Wrestling.
Whatever. Yeah, the booking game.
The journey of wrestling.
This is happening.
Oh
people.
god. We
Yes.
could
But
put
again,
I'm doing
remember,
Heroes of
we could-
Wrestling. We
we
could
could-
make Heroes of Wrestling better.
Yes. Take all the people we want.
Uh-huh.
we're just getting wild now, aren't we?
But in the meantime, tonight, Elimination Chamber's happening.
Oh.
So
We
looking forward to the show.
We didn't do a prediction for the main event.
Oh yeah,
No,
Roman, Sammy.
Oh.
Well, I
I'm
think
still
Roman. I'm still saying.
think
I
Roman.
think Roman, but it's one of those you never know.
Yeah.
They
I
could
think
be
Roman comes out in
crazy
the end,
and
still champion, but there is going to be a fucking emotional roller coaster that you have not felt in a long time.
you'll
Because
get the
of where they
reunion.
are, people involved, and all the momentum that is going into this.
And you think we get the reunion of KO and Sammy?
Yes.
Yeah.
It has to happen tonight. I mean, I don't know where Raw is tomorrow night, or excuse me, Monday night. If it's not in Canada, this is the night they have to do it. There has to be some moment. Send them home happy. If you get that moment, like Roman wins, beats Sammy's ass after the match, Roman does the KO does the run in, boom, 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 Schneevitz, favorites, whatever, and then they stand there looking at each other. That fucking crowd. Get your freaking soundometers on there, and it's gonna be the loudest freaking reaction.
There
probably.
won't be a dry eye in the house.
No.
You're gonna have grown men crying with this.
Yep. Yeah, this is gonna be huge. So
And I think with that said, that's a good place to wrap up this week. So, reminder of the rest of, well, one more week of the month and then everything happening next month. Next week, to conclude February, James will be taking the lead for us on another great retrospective on Ron Simmons' WCW run.
Damn.
And then March, it's WrestleMania time, so we're going to be
Whoa,
doing
whoa, oh, oh.
WrestleMania!
Fighting to survive.
Just like that. Just like that. But we're doing the following manias. One,
I won't be here.
yeah, they won't be here. Let me
So he
actually-
gets. So we miss Scott crapping on a lot of us for it wasn't like that back in the day.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So we're gonna be doing.
Oh, I'll take that spot.
That's
I
fine.
guess so. We're doing manias 1, 9, 19, and 24.
Dude, 9's gonna be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing
It's
to
gonna be-
talk about.
It's gonna be great.
brother.
Dude, brother, dude, Jack, brother. Oh, brother. Where's the bacon?
But with that said, plug time. Starting off with the James Man.
You can find me on my YouTube at We Are Pro Wrestling. Subscribe to me there. You can follow me on Twitter at WAPW_wrestling. And you can follow me on my Instagram at We Are Pro Wrestling _YT.
Scott.
Find me on YouTube at youtube.com/it's Mr. Scott, doing reactions on there and all kinds of fun stuff. So keep checking me on there. I go live every single week. Couldn't go live last night because I was held up at work for a little bit later, but I will be live tomorrow morning on YouTube. So hang out with me and the SMF crew. It's always a fun time. I'm on Twitch every single week, jamming out on there, having fun playing music, writing songs as well. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all under Mr. Scott, and check out the TeePublic merch store under It's Mr. Scott as well.
Richard.
You can catch me on my YouTube channel at Horror Master. You can catch me on my Twitter at HorrorMaster18. You can catch me on my Instagram at ArcaRamanMerogar, which I'm 13 followers away from 900 people. Come on, get me there to 900.
Yes.
And finally, if you haven't already, subscribe to ThrashManiac99 on YouTube, where this morning I posted my review of the new Hellripper album. Fucking amazing! And so Scott, just for you, you are going to want to listen to this album sooner rather than later, because one song and one song alone, The Hissing Marshes, is practically like his homage to Ace of Spades.
Ooh,
the opening bass line sounds like a black metal version of Ace of Spades, I swear.
Wow.
It's so
I like
good.
that already.
So yeah, it's such a great album. But next review I got planned, I might check it out right after we finish up here, the new Siege of Power album, which for those who don't know, death metal supergroup, or death thrash supergroup with members of Asphyx, Hail of Bullets, and Chris Ryford from Autopsy on vocals. So that will be fun. Of course, Under the Radar coming out this Tuesday. As far as anything else, I actually might have a thread video response or starting up one coming on Thursday. I haven't decided on what I'm going to do for that yet. And of course, earlier this week I did my Avenged Sevenfold album ranking, which has gotten some good feedback. That was a bitch and a half to do because they're one of my faves. And then the next ranking I'm doing at the end of March, Mayhem. So that's going to be controversial for obvious reasons, but for other reasons too. So there you have it. But that's all on YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram at ThrashManiac_YT. And finally, follow and or subscribe to me on Twitch at ThrashManiac99, where I actually might be on there tonight for a watch party live reaction stream to Elimination Chamber, depending on if the other guys who I did the Rumble one with are going to be able to watch, because they're also doing NASCAR watch parties at the same time. So it's like, well, son of a bitch.
500 tomorrow.
Who cares? NASCAR sucks today anyways, but I digress. But
It's
anyways,
just a bunch of rednecks driving in a left turn.
You're making a left turn!
I wonder what's gonna happen next. Come back in 3 hours, you won't
you're
miss
gonna miss a fucking thing.
I want to be a NASCAR passenger. Hey, man, can we pull over? I gotta pee. Wow, you really like Tide.
Well, wait, I just remembered, I almost completely forgot about this. A couple weeks ago, I think it was on the SmackDown, like, not this SmackDown, but last week's SmackDown, where fucking Ray and Dom are at the LA Memorial Coliseum racetrack doing the thing with Ross Chastain and Michael Waltrip. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Chastain's on Team Dom! which I guess fits, because then again, the guy did pull off a video game move at Martinsville, which it's like, you madman.
In video games, I just drive the car backwards to see how much destruction
I used to do
cause.
that. I still do
It was
that on
fun.
occasion. Yeah.
I like NASCAR video games. I hate NASCAR the sport.
I got 2 words to fix NASCAR. Mario Kart.
Dude, Mario Kart
SRX
Double
already
Dash.
exists doing that. SRX already is doing that, so don't even bother. Anyways, but I digress further with that. But anyways, we'll see you next week. But until then, keep your horns high and your dreams wet.